Hey big fans and welcome back to the Big Bakery, where all our jokes are half baked. I'm Jacob and today it's time for a Let's Build and Review. In January of 1987, Aretha Franklin became the first woman to be indicted into the American Rock and Roll Music Hall of Fame. And meanwhile, I was playing around with this, the 6523 Red Cross, which is a set from that year that consists of 42 parts and one minifig. This set is probably one of the earliest ones I remember from my childhood. I remember this and a certain police car that I've reviewed earlier. You can check that out right up here. But this set was part of the town theme that ran from 1978 to 1996. But without further ado, let's have a look at this little set. So this is the instruction booklet for this little set. I do like it. The picture is kind of simplistic, but it's very, very nice, I think. And I like this banner right here, but it does confuse me a bit because I think that the Legoland theme only ran to 1978 and this set is from 1987. I don't know what that is about or if there's some kind of regional differences between the themes. Whatever it is, it's interesting nonetheless. And on the back we have some very nice alternate builds, some alternate cars and a very nice little office, I think. Maybe an x-ray machine or something like that. Whatever it is, here it is, and let's get on with the build. So because this is an older set, some of the parts are still pretty dusty, so I use a toothbrush to clean them out, to get out the dust. It's very effective, I think. If you look up the town theme on Wikipedia, you'll find a listing called audio dramas, and it seems that there was actually two audio dramas based on this theme. One was called Lego Gangsters, Rascals and Crooks, and the other was called Lego Lars's Message. I think the Gangsters, Rascals and Crooks sounds like a very, very interesting little audio drama. I'd love to hear that one at some point. It's interesting when you look at these two Red Cross pieces here. I have the distinct impression that this cross over here is just a tiny bit wider or fatter, if you will, than this one over here. And this one seems to be a little crooked on the surface, whereas this one seems to be very, very straight down the middle. It's interesting that there's such differences. Now, I'm not sure this might not be from this set originally because I kept all my pieces in one big box just piled together randomly. So this might not be from the same set, which would explain why there's a difference. But as far as I know, this should be the same piece, should be the same sort of production that goes before actually making this. So it's a little strange to me, but yeah. And here's something I've always found a little difficult. This piece is supposed to go in between two of these studs, or four of these studs, and I always found that a little difficult to do, to be honest. And maybe I think it's easier now, because that went quite well. So yeah, but I did think usually that this was kind of hard to get right. And this is the finished little build, the 6523 Red Cross. This set brings a lot of nostalgia back to me. I can't really remember when I got this one, but I wasn't very old, that's for sure. Certain parts of this has been replaced and others are probably not even from this set originally. I'm pretty sure that the torso of the minifig is something I've found elsewhere at some point. And the suitcase, I am 95% certain was gone when I was putting everything back together. So there is a lot of substitute pieces in this set and I am not sure at all that this is original in any sense of the word. But the nostalgia is real, I think. This one is great. Really, really great. I like the blocky nature. I like the simplicity of the design. I can feel that I am smiling just describing these features. Looking at this from the side, the first thing that draws you in is of course that little red cross right here, which really helps define this vehicle as an emergency vehicle. Other than that, the color scheme in and of itself is very, very poignantly chosen, I think, and using just one red stripe here at the bottom and using red roof pieces right here is very, very neat indeed. Of course, there are these classic doors which can open like this and close again like this. And the roof can also open up like this, so there's room for your minifigure to go inside. Looking at the front of this set, we can really appreciate the simplicity of this design. There's these two lights right here, just a couple of yellow transparent plates and a grill piece right here in the middle to give you that sense of an engine. Other than that, there's just these 4 unused studs up here, which might allow for some modification. Looking at the back of this vehicle, we can see that the trunk has been very elaborately designed with this opening door right here and a window that can also open separately. So there is plenty of room for your medical suitcase like this. Other than that, there isn't much to say. An antenna on top and a couple of blue lights, of course, underlines the ambulance or medical nature of this build. But it's just a square. It's just a very, very simple square, but I think this is so charming anyway. And then, of course, there is the minifig, which is a classic in every sense of the word. First off, there is of course this hairpiece right here, which has a wonderful parting down the middle, and the bangs are parted as well. It looks wonderfully 80s or even 70s, maybe even older. I love it. I love it. I love this. Then of course there's the regular smiley face and a great torso print, I think. This little red cross communicates very effectively what this fig is. This is a medical doctor. What else could it be? And that little line on the right side of the figure, our left, indicates wonderfully a pocket. It's so simple yet very, very elegant. Other than that, this figure has this very, very, very classic piece of accessory, a small suitcase that can actually open up, and you could put small studs in here if you wanted to. Great little piece of accessory and great classic piece of Lego. And as this is a 90s figure, there is no back printing. I've got to admit that this set had me smiling all the way through. I love this. It's simple, the car is boxy yet elegant, and that printing, that minifigure is so to the point that I can only like it. Moreover, those classic doors and the clever use of hinged pieces to create that trunk is just something that makes this set really brilliant in all its simplicity. That was the 6523 Red Cross, which is a wonderful little medical vehicle. I like this, and I think I've said that many times by now. I really like this. The simplicity, the blockiness, everything. It's just great. Of course, I'm colored by my nostalgia for sets such as these, because this is one of the earliest ones I remember playing with. But other than that, I do think it is wonderful in all its simplicity. But what do you think? Do you like this one or don't you? Please let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to hear about it. But that's all for me today. I hope you'll comment, like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next Monday.